Hi, it's Kat here and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a beauty therapist and a remedial massage therapist in training here in Australia. And yeah, I've just created this channel to share with you informational videos, my experience, and just everything in between, I suppose. So thank you. That's my little dog barking, just so you know. He's outside and he doesn't like being out when it's a little bit cold. Anyway, so thanks for stopping by. I wanted to do this video as a part 2 from my last video, which was the massage consultation in under 5 minutes. So the last video I spoke about, I guess, the fundamentals of how you can conduct a really quick consultation. But today I really wanted to elaborate on having a client interview that takes about 15 to 20 minutes and really delving deep into who they are as a person, what they're really wanting to achieve, and yeah, going right into detail. So I guess you can get those better results. I would personally prefer to take this amount of time to get to know a client, especially on that first meeting. If you're a business owner, I would highly recommend you and encourage you to, allocate 15 to 20 minutes for your new clients. Really show them that you want to get to know them and that you really do want to help them. I think that would be a really great thing. However, not all places allow this, so that's why I did the last video. Anyways, so for those of you who have time, yeah, allow me to give you everything that I believe is important. So I've just got some notes here on the side, so don't mind me just having a look. I wanted to give you everything and make sure I didn't miss anything out. So basically the first thing that you need to really think about is greeting the client and having a good I guess demeanor when you go to meet them. So greeting them with confidence, a calm attitude, and with a nice firm but gentle handshake, initiating that touch. There is certain chemicals that are actually sent to the brain when you do touch another person's hand, and it really enhances that connection. So really, really important. Even if you're not a handshaker, just do it. Shake their hand, and yeah, it's a nice greeting, and most people are open to it. And so from there on, that's when you first meet the client, that's when you're really building that therapeutic relationship. You're building the rapport and you're getting to know them and you are building that trust and respect. So on the way to the room, you can ask things like, how's your day been so far? How was your journey getting here? Did you find a park all right? Just those little things to show a bit of respect and that you want to listen to them and get to know them. Once you've brought them into the treatment area, sit them down and just tell them that I'm going to be asking some questions in relation to your situation and how I can best treat you. It's important to tell them these questions are important because, you can't just sit there and speak to a stranger and ask them all these, I guess, personal questions without telling them that there is a reason. So let them know. Before you go into further questioning, ask the client what they are really expecting from the treatment and what they're most looking forward to. This question will give you a lot of understanding into what they're wanting and will be a really quick summary from them usually about what they want. So firstly, once they've said that, listen to them, listen to what they're saying and agree on certain bits and pieces, and then just say, all right, thank you. And I'm just going to quickly go through a medical history form. The medical history form could be a completely new video in itself, contraindications and how all these medical conditions affect massage therapy. So I guess if you wanted to see a video like that, just let me know down below in the comment section and I could possibly make one. But however, I'm just going to touch on it today. So, go over the medical form and then discuss any medical conditions that are relevant to massage. Just really briefly touch on it and make sure that there are no contraindications. One that comes to mind straight away is cancer, and it's really, really unfortunate that it can be such a contraindication, mainly because I guess cancer patients, they're probably the people who need it the most. They need to relax and have these ailments fixed in their body. However, it is being shown, or I suppose spoken about in the industry, that it can spread cancer. So that's just one that comes to mind, and you just really want to make sure that you're being a professional and treating people if it's only going to benefit them. So, you know, and once you've spoken to them about the medical history, say to them, thank you for filling that out and taking the time. I really appreciate it, because it's a lot of personal information once again, and you need to show that respect for their dignity and all of that. So that leads me to go on to the questioning. So I've actually written a whole heap of questions here, and the one thing I really wanted to, I guess, say to you all is you don't need to be so structured about how you do this. These are going to be the questions that I would say would be the best to ask to get all the information. However, you don't need to be like 1 question, 2 question, 3 question. Make it a conversation, make it fun, make it engaging, and really show that you're listening. So I'm going to mention active listening skills. So one thing that I've learned from Vanessa Van Edwards, she runs this a company, a business called The Science of People, and she really specializes in body language. So one thing she really taught me that I found absolutely works is the head nod. If you've seen me in the outside world, you'd probably have a little laugh at this because you know that I do it. But however, the head nod is a non-verbal sign to say, speak more, I'm listening, continue speaking. So you can use this once you've asked a question to the client. 3 head nods in a row really gives them permission to keep talking. So I found that really does work, especially for those clients who just give you those small responses. All right, so the first question I would like to ask is, about their occupation and what activities are they doing repetitively. I guess you would see a lot of different types of clients, and just for an example, one could be the office worker. You want to ask, what do you do? Oh, I work in admin. Okay, so what are you doing most of the day? Are you sitting down at a desk? Is that a standing up desk? Is that a laptop? Is that a computer? Really get them to elaborate on it so you can start making these mental images in your head about what muscles are being activated throughout the day, because really that's what they're spending most of their lives doing. A 38-hour week, that's a lot of time and a lot of strain on the muscles with whatever they're doing. So keep that in mind. I would then go on to ask about, what sports or recreational activities are you doing in your spare time? That too might not be a question for everyone, because not everybody participates like this in the world. However, sporting does take a big toll on the body, and a lot of people do play sport or do other kind of activities. So get them to elaborate more and find out what body positions they're putting themselves into. You want to ask about their current fitness level. What are you doing for exercise? So are you going to the gym? Are you running? Are you, lifting weights? Are you doing cardio? Get them to elaborate, because once again, those movements are affecting the body, and you want to be able to get as much out of them to find out what's really going on with their symptoms and how you can treat it. So the next question I would probably ask from there on would be about stretching. So important for the body. If your client isn't, is working out all the time, but they're not stretching before and after, you can definitely know that their muscles are going to be tired and overworked and strained and probably shortened because of the lack of stretching. So it's going to give you a good idea. Ask them, are you stretching daily in the morning? Do you have a yoga practice? Are you doing Pilates? Or are you stretching before and after your workout or your sport? Just, noting all of these down throughout. I probably wouldn't suggest you get a piece of paper out and start clinically writing notes. It doesn't, it looks professional, absolutely. However, it can sometimes disrupt that, the eye contact, the communication between you. So maybe if it works for you, try and jot it down in your head, and then just when you leave the room, write it all down so you've got it on file. I then would like to ask about their sleep patterns. You know, are you sleeping well? Is it regular, deep, broken? Go on to ask them about how they sleep. Are you a side sleeper? Do you sleep on your back? Are you sleeping on your front? For example, someone who sleeps on their front, probably the worst way to sleep. It's really not very good for the cervical vertebrae as you're having your head put to the side throughout the night. And hey, we spend probably a third of our life sleeping, so that's going to play a big role on somebody's body. Then you can go to ask them a question. I don't always ask it, but sometimes it's relevant. Are you left or right hand dominant? And that can give you a bit of an understanding about what side they often go to first. So these questions will give you a clear understanding of what the client does on a weekly or daily basis, and it'll give you the ability to formulate more questions. Like I said, it's not going to be question, 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 you know, answer, answer, answer. It's probably going to be a conversation, and you know, you may want to elaborate on certain ones and add in little questions here and there. Make it natural and show them that you're listening. Number one, show them that you're listening. And look, be compassionate and empathetic about your you know, demeanor and how you're speaking to them. If they're telling you something that's really quite, you know, they're in pain, it's affecting them on their daily basis, really listen to them and show them that you care, and say, look, I'm really sorry that you go through that. Give them the reassurance that as a therapist you can help them. So once you've kind of gauged who they are as a person and what they do on the daily basis, I'd be going into asking them a little bit about massage and their previous experiences. So best way to say that is, have you had a massage before? What's your experience with massage therapy? Have you been to see a physio in the past? Have you got any diagnoses from a doctor when it comes to your muscles? Have you been to a chiro? All of those things. Going to give you a good example of what they're expecting. They might say, oh yeah, I'll go see a physio probably like once every 3 months, and they do a bit of deep work. So you can, I guess, gauge from that response that they are probably okay with a bit more of a deeper massage, for example. I would then go to ask them about, do you have trouble lying on your front or your back? Is there anything you like or you don't like when it comes to massage therapy, or is there any body parts that you don't like being touched? For example, feet or stomach, it's quite common. And I guess that's really all the questions you want to ask. You would probably think of more at the time. However, this is probably a lot of information, and you'll probably gauge more with your further appointments. And you know, this is a really good time to, I guess, I can't find the word for it, but you really wanting to confirm your findings and say, look, to your client, I'm hearing this and I'm gauging that you would like this. So confirm that you've listened and that you've heard it all, because you might have missed something and they might need to tell you. And on to the next part would be just, depending on your setting with your clinic, what kind of massage you do, this would be the point where you say, thank you for giving me all this information. I'd love to do either a posture assessment, a range of motion testing, static posture, whatever it is, this is the time. So you would explain what you're going to do and go through the motions. Once you've done all this, this is when you really want to reassure the client and say, look, thank you for everything. We're ready to jump into the treatment. And letting the client know that their comfort and their feedback is so important to you. This is very necessary, because it is. You want to let them feel comfortable enough to tell you if they're feeling cold or if they're feeling too hot. You know, is that pressure too deep or too light? You want to let them know that it's okay to say how they're feeling. A lot of clients, most clients, won't tell you how they're feeling. If the pressure is a bit too uncomfortable, they'll usually just assume it's what's necessary, or they don't want to hurt your feelings. So you need to tell them, please feel welcome, feel like you can let me know if you need me to change or adjust the treatment at any time. It's super important, I guess, to get your clients to come back and know that you really do respect how they feel. And I guess, yeah, after all of this is when you explain what the treatment's going to entail, let them know what kind of therapies you'll be doing and what kind of results they can expect. Show them to the bed, give them the derobing procedure, be really direct, point to the bed, and just let them know everything that they need to do. And right before you leave the room, very important to say to them, before I leave, did you have any questions? Just to make sure that before you jump into that treatment where there's a little bit more or less talking, that there's anything that they need to know. And yeah, that is pretty much everything to do with the client consultation that I wanted to share. But I guess the main points I wanted you to remember is being a great listener. Listen, you know, show those active listening skills. It's my dog again. Doesn't like being outside. Bit spoiled. But yeah, be a good listener, be empathetic, be compassionate, give the client confidence that you are a professional therapist, that you are professional and that you respect them and all of that. So it's about being clear, direct, and I guess not questioning yourself. Sometimes we can do a bit of that body language, so just really keep in mind what you're doing and what you're saying, and that really does come into body language as well. So showing those warm, opening postures, you know, don't cross your arms, don't look away, keep that eye contact, and yeah, show them that you respect them. I think I've said that so many times, but I think it's very, very important. So that's everything I have. And I just wanted to share that, look, I probably have missed something in here, and this channel is all about learning and sharing. So I want to learn from you guys, and I really want to let you guys learn from me. So if I have missed something, please tell me. I'd love to hear it. I want to be able to adapt my skills as much as help you all as well. So leave your any comments in the suggestion box down below, and if you have any questions, chuck them in there as well. I'd love to hear from you. So yeah, I'll leave you with that, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, and if you found this video helpful, share it with your fellow massage therapists, beauty therapists, friends, family, whatever. Love to get the word out there. Anyways, have a wonderful day, and here in Adelaide it's a little bit gloomy. I was going to say enjoy the weather. Maybe not today, but wherever you are, make sure you get some sunshine and just relax and enjoy life. See you all next time. Bye.